Hey, Gorgeous Diva, how are you today, honey? I have to apologize. I'm not sure what Facebook is up to, but it seems that you are only able to invite well, 50 people now. So not everybody gets notified of the event that's coming up. So some of you have been invited and some of you haven't, so I'm awfully sorry about that, but there's actually nothing I can do. It's down to Facebook, and I think what they're wanting you to do now is when you set up your events, you can't actually invite everybody who's in your group. They want you to pay to run an ad to invite those people who are in your community, which is an interesting way of doing it. I will have to figure out how it can be done instead. So anyway, you know, use Facebook. You have to live by Facebook's rules. And of course, all my clients come from Facebook, so I have to live by Facebook's rules. Okay, Gorgeous Diva, what we're going to do today is I'm going to talk about how to quantum leap your business success, increase your fees, work less hours, and you know, what's important to us ultimately is to make a bigger impact, whether it's in people's personal or business lives. So if you have, did I say lives or lives? Oh, I'm not sure, dyslexic brain's kicking in. If you have a question, honey, just pop it in the chat box below. That would be awesome. I will come back and answer it later. Just be mindful that I'm reading from slides, so if you're trying to grab my attention, I'm not going to see it until the end of my talk when I've finished delivering what it is that I'm delivering, because I want to keep on point for you. Because I know what I'm like, I will go off and I will ramble. We don't want that, do we? No. Firstly, thank you for joining me today. I know everybody is super busy. People are on holiday, but also if you're catching the replay as well, thank you for investing your time and learning more about how you can quantum leap your business. So we're going to have about 20 minutes today to spend together. And as I said, any questions, pop them in the chat box. And also let me know where you're from, who you work with. Let's find out a little bit about one another, because you never know, there could be some awesome divas in this community who would love to reach out to you. While you're doing that, I'm going to quickly introduce myself, because I know we have a number of beautiful divas who have just joined the community. Here we go. Some of you will know the end bit, easy, fun and feminine, but I'm going to give you the whole lot. For those of you who don't know me, I am Wendy Keir, known as the Signature Program Diva, and I mentor committed female entrepreneurs who are established in the marketplace, but they are really struggling to attract premium clients. I coach them to confidently step into their visibility, reach a wider audience, and create more clients and financial freedom in a way that is easy, fun, and feminine. And of course, who doesn't want some of that? Okay. So I just want to quickly share about what a premium signature program is and what a premium signature program isn't. So we are all have a shared understanding, because there are a lot of myths around signature programs. So I just want to share my perspective, I guess, about how I see a signature program. And also, I think the name signature program is a bit misleading, if I'm fair. It's, you know, I know we describe them as signature programs, but actually, as I explain it, signature program doesn't give it enough value, enough context. So I find it a bit misleading, and I will tell you why. Your business signature, your premium signature, creates ultimately the foundation of the business. Once it's created, you can then create multiple streams of income, because you take your clients on a specific journey to get a result, to get that deep transformation, the long-lasting results it is that they're after. Now, that requires you to use a depth and breadth of expertise, of knowledge, of wisdom. It's not just focused around getting one specific result using one skill. It's your depth and breadth of knowledge and expertise that you have learned over the years from the different disciplines, different training that you have been doing. So it's created, as I say, from your personal, I'd like to say your personal DNA. It's your thumbprint. It's unique to you. No one can copy it. It is a journey that you take people on and an experience that you share with them. So as I've said, once it's been created and you have been delivering it, you can leverage it multiple different ways for creating different offers, because you know that your signature program sells. So you're not having to retest the market, because you know people will easily buy it because they're looking for a specific transformation. Now, what often happens is people create what they believe is a signature program, but actually it's not a signature program. What it is it's a course, because a signature program you can leverage, I think it's about 15 different ways. I've only leveraged it, I think 3, which I'll share in a minute. 15 for one person isn't actually, it's not possible. You need a team to leverage a signature program 15 different ways, and you don't actually need to leverage it that many times either to make a good income, to have a profitable business that gives you more time back and working at a premium rather than the lower price of the market where everybody seems to be these days. So a signature program is really about creating the foundation of your business. It's about using your knowledge, your wisdom, your expertise. It's not about cutting yourself up and delivering a very small part of you. That's the difference. So let's have a look to see how I have used the content within my signature program to leverage it different ways. Now, the importance of this is that by doing this, not only have I made more profit, which is great, but more importantly for me is it's given me so much time off. I work just 3 days a week. That is it. I'm not interested in hustling in my business. I'm not attracted to the hustle and bustle. I'm not attracted to numbers. I like to work one-to-one personally or in exclusive small groups, so people get the transformation, they get the results. It's given me a lot of time back because all of that content has come from my main signature program, which is the foundation in the business, which basically allowed me to quantum leap the business super quickly. So I do VIP days. That's one of the things I do. Exclusive group programs I do live events online. All of this content, the material is already created. Now, if you've just done a signature program, that's a course, you can't leverage it the same way. I should really call it a business signature, but then everyone's going to think it's just, you know, a scribble. It's an asset that can be used multiple different ways. Yeah, so recently I held a 6-part masterclass, and the content of that was also taken from my premium signature program, Up Level, which leads back into an exclusive group program. So I'm not having to spend days. To be fair, it takes me quite a long time to write content. I'm not spending copious amounts of time rewriting new content. I'm literally just looking at what works and then duplicating it and creating it into a different format because I know it sells. I also have 2 other offers that have been taken directly out of Up Level. As I said, the first is a VIP day, and that focus is around money and how to crush your money blocks so you can live a life of natural freedom. That is actually an integral part of my signature program, but I can deliver it separately to the signature program itself. So I have leveraged that one into a new offer. I've taken it out of the signature program. The second is called Fully Booked, How to Host a 5-Day Challenge and Live Day. And again, that is a key part of my signature program, but it comes right at the end because it's about marketing. So I've taken that out and I've expanded it, and I'm now working with Gorgeous Divas to help them create a 5-day challenge and a live day. So these are two core parts that I have pulled out. If I just created a course, I wouldn't be able to do that because these are individual courses in their own right. And this is what I mean by quantum leaping your business. Once you have that foundation in, it makes it super, super, super easy to then create other offers that are linked to that group of people because you know the market's already tested. It makes it super easy. It's an easy sell. We know because that's what our audience is already investing in and paying good money to work one-to-one and in exclusive group programs. And I really wanted to use that as an example so you can see that a premium signature program uses a wide range of knowledge, skills, and expertise. You know, you're taking someone on a complete transformation around a result. So you have to use your knowledge and the wisdom that you've learnt over the years, not just one little bit of it, which people are not going to pay for. And as I've said, it saves you a lot of time when you bring, it saves you a lot of time, which ultimately allows you to profit more as well because you're not selling this way, you're not selling based on a lower price. So if you sell on a lower price, you need masses of volume to sell. Well, it's this way you need, we say in Thailand, nit noi. Not that I'm in Thailand, I'm in Cambodia. You need a smaller amount of people to reach to work with this way. It's actually a better way to run the business, to start at the premium and then go down lower. Because if you start with a premium and you start with the signature program, your foundation is in. So you then just take the content out and you can, you know, create a membership website that way. I made this massive mistake years ago where I created a membership website and I sold, you know, but it was hard work. It was lower priced. It was really, actually, I've had 2 membership websites and they've both been hard work. Whereas this way, if I wanted to do a membership website from a signature program, all the materials created, but more importantly here is that I'm already in profit. I'm already making a good income. So that income can support the work that I'm doing for the people that want to coming in at a membership level. The other one will not support the other. It doesn't work the other way around. So let me ask a question. Let me ask you a question. Does your business have a solid foundation? And does it really have a solid foundation? Or do you have lots of lower priced offers that are a bit disconnected and can be hard to sell? You know, you might sell a few, but it's hard work, and it's, to be honest, it's not really what it is that you want to do. So just ask yourself that question for a second. Does your business really have a solid foundation? You know, I did this for years. I didn't have a solid foundation in my business. I had lots of low price offers. I had lots of courses. I spent ages producing content which no one really wanted anyway. One thing I have learned over the years of being in business is that people want you to have their back. They want you to hold them accountable. They're really not interested in digital products or courses. People really want you to have their back, to be with them, to be there for them, to show them what it is that they need to do. One of the memberships websites that I used to run was called, actually I can't remember what it was called, but it was for professional female speakers. And there were 4 of us, 4 professional speakers that were putting content into this membership website. We'd all each created a course. The courses were really good. And guess what? No one used them. No one used them, but what they did use, they always showed up for the live sessions where they could get their questions answered, where they could have a conversation with the other women in the community. They always showed up for that, but they were not interested in the digital content, even though it was really good. And I learned an invaluable lesson from that that's really helped shaped my business. And that was about having lots of lower priced offers, you know, they weren't even disconnected, they were properly connected to one another, but they were a hard sell for sure. So ask yourself the question, does your business have a solid foundation? Let's take a look at how to quantum leap your business success, increase your fees, work less hours, and make a bigger impact. Because I don't know about you, but that is how I have created my business now. Never used to be that way, but it is now. I'm pleased to say. Ultimately, it starts with you. It starts from working from the inside out. When people will pay a premium to work with you when you show up as the real deal, not the watered down version of you. This is where I start with my clients. We always start here, because ultimately it is the stepping stone to success when you can really get that shift and quantum leap in the business. So it's about working from the inside out. It's about starting where you're at. And a lot of the Gorgeous Divas that I work with have a depth and a breadth of expertise, which they haven't necessarily brought together because they've been focused in on, as I did, creating those low-priced offers, which at the end of the day, what it does for all of us is it dilutes their offering and waters down their personal brand. I feel quite strong about this now, knowing what I know now about business and how people buy. I've got to say that the first thing that we work on are their beliefs. Now, you know, if you've followed me for some time, the first thing we work on are the beliefs around money, because it will either make or break them in business. Broke me for a very long time until I understood my relationship with money. To live comfortably, you have to really understand your relationship with money. Yes, as I just said. And the truth is, so many Gorgeous Divas are just scraping by. They're undercharging, over-delivering, and are likely blaming their lack of money for the reason that people won't invest in them. This is a limiting belief, honey. It really is. It's a limiting belief that what am I trying to say? It's a limiting belief that's likely to be keeping them well and truly stuck. Basically saying that people don't have the money is a limiting belief. Making that judgment of other people is a limiting belief around money. And what it'll do, it will just basically keep you well and truly stuck until you understand that you can actually let go of that belief. It is okay. You know, the last thing you want to be doing is shutting the door and making assumptions about other people, because it's actually the opposite of what it is that we really want to do. Money and self-belief are far the biggest blocks when it comes to selling at a premium, because what you believe ultimately shows up and creates your reality. Also took me a very long time to learn that lesson. Wish I'd learned it a lot earlier. Let me ask you another question. Is your relationship with money holding you back from up-leveling your business? And be honest with yourself here. I call it stinking thinking. If you've got any stinking thinking, money thoughts coming in, like, oh, they can't afford to pay that. You know, there's a whole load of them. I can't think of them now. They'll never be able to afford that. They'll never work with me at that price. Oh, that's too expensive. Who do I think I am? I can't justify that amount of money. All of those thoughts beliefs, and that is the reality that you are creating for yourself, which is basically blocking money and blocking clients who want to work with you this way, showing up and working with you. Trust me, it is easier to sell something that is £5,000 than it is £37. Can you believe that? No, I couldn't, but it's true. Well, that's my experience. It's definitely true in my world. So is your relationship with money holding you back from up-leveling your business? Now, this is one of my favorite subjects. So if you feel brave enough, just go ahead and drop in the chat box, you know, is it interfering with you making more money? Are you holding on to those types of beliefs? And if you are, just drop it in the chat box and I will come back and give you some feedback. But you need to be honest with yourself here. It's the same when you're working with your clients. If you are stuck with something, they will mirror it back to you. I don't know if you've ever had that. It's why it's so important to be working from the inside out on your stuff at the same time as bringing a signature program together so you can quantum leap the business, because people will mirror back where you're stuck. And if you're stuck, they will also be stuck. So you have to be ready. Working from the inside out and creating quantum shifts starts with connecting back to who you truly are, to put in place the foundation building blocks to enable you to create a new path to business and personal success. And it's a really interesting one. You know, connecting back to self is really interesting. You know, what do you want to be known for? What do you want the business to really give you? All of these personal questions sometimes we disconnect away from. So this is the foundational work. It's the mindset piece for success that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to creating a stellar transformation, a stellar working relationship with people to get them the transformation it is that they want. It's about going deep, understanding your relationship with money and the level of wealth consciousness you are at and your prospects are also at as well. So you can help them break free and see the value of what it is that you have to offer. Understanding your personal story, how you can use it to connect with your audience more. I'm sure you've heard me talking about this more, about, you know, how you share, how you can get people to lean in and listen to you more. Understanding what's sabotaging your business and personal success and having strategies to be able to get out of your own way to be able to create a new path to success. And this is really about breaking out. It's funny, I was talking to a client this morning, we were talking about breaking out of just patterns of behavior, of habits, and this really is about taking you off on a new journey to head in a different direction to get the success you want. Because most of the time for all of us, if we just stay on the track that we're used to, we're just going to get, as we know, the same as what we've already got. So we need to sort of chisel out slowly a new path, and that starts by going deep to get those quantum leaps in a business. It's the stuff that's often overlooked, but you know, it's the difference that truly makes the difference. As they say, it is the secret sauce. And I'm upfront with all of my clients and I ask them to dig deep and open up about what's going on, what's hindering their success. You know, with us working together, what do you think is going to get in the way? What do you believe is going to stop your success? So we know what we're dealing with, which is absolutely fascinating. It's an important step, I think, to find out what's really going on for your client. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter whether you're looking to bring in your first 5K month or whether you're looking to, you know, go from 50 to 100K. The mindset stuff is all the same. It's all the same stuff. It just shows up slightly differently and can take you off track if you're not ready for it. But it doesn't matter whether you're hitting your first 5k month or you're taking the business from 50 to 100k or 100k to 200k. It's just a different version of what shows up, but it has to be tackled. Otherwise, you just stay exactly where you are. You're not going to get the quantum leaps. You're not going to be able to work less hours, and you're not going to be able to make the impact. It is that we are all here in my community to make. When people truly see you and experience you as connected, confident, and fully present with an unshakable belief in your self-worth, they will buy whatever it is that you are selling. So there are two key pieces in business for me that will often derail female entrepreneurs. One is money mindset, and the other is the self-belief, the self-worth that they can do it. And you know, what I just said is so true. When people see you and experience you as connected, confident, fully present, with an unshakable belief in what you know to be true, they will buy whatever it is that you are selling. And I'm not saying that to be manipulative. This is about owning your worth, owning your value, owning your expertise, not being frightened of sharing what you know to be true, because ultimately that's what makes you charismatic. That is what people are paying for. They're paying for that rawness, that real connection. So you shouldn't be shying away from that. Now, if you are stuck, nothing, I'm getting a bit slangy now. If you are stuck, you're trying lots of things, but nothing seems to work. You've had some success, but you're left feeling really frustrated, isolated, puzzled as to why you're not able to make the business work, then I have just opened up for next month 4, one's already gone, 4 complimentary up-level business boosting calls. And what I will do on that call is we will deep dive into the business, not just the business, but you as well, because remember I said it starts with you, and I will share the steps that you need to bring in premium clients in 90 days or less. How does that sound? I'll pop the link below, as you know, when I come off. Hopefully I'm still live. The internet here has been a bit weird. So, gorgeous divas, does anyone have any questions? Mandy, Mel, Lisa, Karen, hiya honeybees, how are you all? I hear you've got a neat heat wave back in the UK. It was so hot here the other day. I gave myself an anxiety attack when I was out for a bike ride. Not recommended. Okay, let me check in. Any questions? Right, I don't know whether my internet's, let me just go across and see. Okay. If you have any questions, gorgeous, just leave it in the chat box. That would be awesome. And then I will come back and personally answer them later on. I'm going to go out for some dinner now. I'm not even sure what time it is in Cambodia. So it is, well, I'm a bit early for dinner. I'm hungry today. Yeah, questions below and I will come back and answer them for you personally. But as always, beautiful, whatever you are doing today, have an absolutely gorgeous day. Drink lots of water, put lots of sun cream on, and I will catch up with you next week.